Hello everyone, I'm RecV5,
And I am Sandman99.
and welcome back to Madden NFL 2005.
Yes, and before we jump into today's game, the Crusaders in Season 6, we're going to have a look at a practice game that I played earlier this week again. And by practice game, I mean the Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
Yes, so I am playing with my franchise, the Washington Piggies,
Oh, okay.
and we are playing the bad men in the Super Bowl.
Ah.
But what I wanted to do was demonstrate something here, because if you have a look at, like people will see I have all these odd defensive line alignments and that kind of thing that I've been using.
Yep.
And I wanted to just kind of show off, like why I do that, and also why I choose certain players for certain positions. Because what I do is I rely on having a speedy guy at right defensive end.
Okay.
And usually my fastest defensive lineman, like Mason there, he's okay, but he's more of a run stopper guy.
Yep.
But usually the fastest member of the defensive line will play right end for me. And if you have a look at the guy playing right end for me, that is
Brad Doss.
Brad Doss, who I hired out of free agency a couple of seasons earlier in this franchise because I guess the Tigers must have gotten into some cap difficulty or something and had to let him go into free agency.
Wow.
Because he was playing middle linebacker, of course, but he's got 90 speed and he's got 90 strength and he's got pretty close to 90 acceleration.
Yeah, he's basically phenomenal at everything.
And tackling, and you know what? I figured that he would make a very good pass rushing defensive end.
Yeah, probably.
And as it turns out, he makes a very good pass rushing defensive end. If you want to have a look here, they even leave the tight end in to block over on his side. And just watch what happens here as he bowls the tight end over. And then another offensive lineman, I'm not sure which one, that somehow managed to trail backward, but he got enough pressure on the quarterback that the quarterback is throwing the ball away toward the flat.
Yep.
And when he does that, of course, guess what?
You got somebody in the flat.
I've got somebody in the flat. And so, like that pressure created an interception. And that is I believe, my free safety. Because I have some oddball alignments where in this particular one, the strong safety plays the defensive back position in the middle.
Yeah.
Like when I've got the five defensive backs across. Basically, the guy in the middle there next to the referee is actually the strong safety.
Yep.
Peter Griffith. And then I put the free safety in the strong safety's position, and the guy playing the free safety position is actually the nickel corner.
Ah, okay.
So, and the reason I do this is, of course, for run support, because usually on most teams, the strong safety is the most solid tackler of the defensive secondary, right?
Yep.
So, this is basically a 5-1-5. So, I want the guy playing up closer to the line there to be my best tackler in the defensive backfield, right?
Yep.
And of course, we're kind of watching Brad Doss rush around the edge there, and he didn't just beat one blocker; he basically beat two blockers to the quarterback. But the quarterback basically panics and tries to throw the swing pass to the halfback there, just to get rid of the ball because he's under pressure.
Yep.
And it looks like the downfield coverage is pretty good on everybody.
Yeah, if he'd had more time, maybe he could have hit this guy over the middle, but
the thing is I was playing the double spy there, which makes that pass over the middle risky until he waits long enough for that guy to get a little deeper, right?
Yep.
But that pressure got there fast enough that he just didn't have time to do that. And if you watch, I was basically playing two flat zones. So, if you go back to the beginning here, basically the guy that's the free safety there is playing the flat, and the nickel corner who's playing the free safety position in this formation is playing the flat on the other side.
Yep.
And I basically got a 3-deep zone going on here, and a double spy.
Yep.
So, Basically I've got, it's again a 4-man rush, which is something that I often do, right?
Yep. Yeah, because you have this idea that you want this guy to contain.
Well, also
on this side.
You'll notice that he occupies that side of the offensive line too, right? Like he draws the attention of that guy and the blocking back that's left in.
Yep.
As well. He draws the attention of those guys away from the side that I'm pass rushing from. Which is why it's kind of a good idea to bring 4.
Fair enough.
I think. But anyway, that's one play, but I wanted to show one more thing with Brad Doss.
All
We'll
right.
Pause for a moment and come back.
And we're back.
Yes, and this one is a play in the same game, of course. It's a different formation with a different look, but still 5 defensive linemen, except now I've got 2 linebackers and 4 defensive backs.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, 1, 2.
Yeah.
And then the 4 defensive backs.
But what I want everyone to pay particular attention to is the inside pass rush and what it does to the offensive line. Okay. And when you see what happens to the offensive line on the interior, and then you can see what Brad Doss is able to do, because he's in the right defensive end position, of course.
Yep.
Standing upright over here.
Yeah, he's so wide, he's just pass rushing.
He's lined up quite wide. So if we run this play a little bit, that's a good view right there. You'll see that it's a 3-on-3 matchup from the center to the guard to the tackle on the offensive line, right?
Yep.
And I'm basically pass rushing with 3 defensive tackles in the middle. And then they sent the tight end out into the pattern this time, and they do have an extra blocker, but he's on the wrong side. Right?
Yep.
And look at Brad Doss, just basically he runs in a straight line, just like a guided missile. Like, look at this. Okay.
Yeah, that quarterback didn't stand a chance.
No, he didn't.
This is what it looks like at full speed.
Yeah, he didn't stand a chance, because basically that's why I line that player up out that wide, because he can basically run in a straight line, and if the interior line is able to cause the pocket to collapse toward the middle,
yep,
the way that it did here,
and occupy everyone else on the line,
and occupy everyone else on the line, he gets there so quickly that even though they have extra blockers who don't have anybody to block on the other side of the formation,
and even though they have 99 awareness and they see him coming,
yeah, he gets there so quickly that they just don't have a chance, right? So anyway, that's why you need to have a speed guy at right end, okay? And that's why with the Crusaders, I actually am the guy who drafted a couple of players for defensive line.
Yep.
And one of the players that is our current right defensive end has a speed rating of around 80.
Yep. Yeah, actually, I remember I drafted that guy because
maybe you did, but you wanted
I was looking for a safety, and the thing is, we actually ended up with two linebacker safeties, so we had this extra player, and he could have played safety because he had all the characteristics to play safety, but he also had a sky-high strength rating and the ability to play defensive end if he wanted to. So I'm just like, well, we need a defensive end.
Yeah. So anyway, he ended up being starting at defensive end right away, and he's been the defensive end for a couple of seasons now on the right side.
Yep.
Because that pass rush threat from that side is, you have to have a little something extra, because the guy who's actually playing left end for the Piggies started off as the right end, but he's only got about mid-60s for speed.
Yeah, he's not fast enough.
And that is plenty fast enough to rack up 20 sacks in a season from the left end position.
Yeah, but you need more speed from the right end.
You need more speed from the right end, because for some reason this game is made so that it is more difficult to get pressure and get sacks from the right hand side of the defense. Right?
Yeah, there's something asymmetrical about the way the offensive line is, and I don't just mean in this formation because they have a tight end on the field, but like the whole game is slightly tilted so that the left is stronger than the right. I don't know why that is. And that's even regardless of what personnel you have out there and everything else.
Yeah. Well, it could be because the majority of quarterbacks are right-handed.
Also, most strong side formations come out with a tight end over here. Yeah. So,
but anyway, just to finish my thought, most quarterbacks are right-handed. So if you watch this guy as he drops back, Well, he turns, and now his back is to the left-hand side of the offensive line, right?
Yep.
And that would be why they will probably recruit and place their best players at offensive line on the left side.
I mean, assuming such. I mean, in some cases that isn't the case, but the left, just because of the way the game mechanics work in Madden 05, I mean, even.
Well, I think they may have actually designed it that way to try and simulate that particular tendency, right?
Possibly, yeah.
Because basically Brad Doss is rushing from what's called the quarterback's blind side here, right?
Yep.
And that's probably part of what contributes to the success of this play. But anyway, if anybody wonders, I did go on to beat the Badmen in the Super Bowl 47-10.
Ouch. Yeah, you were already beating them here.
Yeah, it was already
20-3.
20-3 at this point. But it continued to go that way. I sacked them multiple times. Brad Doss got 2 sacks in this game, and basically everybody on the defensive line, even the defensive tackles, all collected a sack.
Nice.
Because I had guys able to squirt through the gaps and that kind of thing too. It seemed like the Badmen offensive line just couldn't protect this guy at all. Mm-hmm. And he did throw 2 interceptions in this game too.
Wow.
And the Piggies actually are my best rushing offense team. For some reason, they have a stable full of really good running backs.
Mm-hmm.
And they also have pretty good offensive line, and I actually managed to rack up about 150 yards on the ground in this game too. But I also had a perfect passing game in this game. I completed 25 out of 25 pass attempts.
Nice.
So there you go. 100% pass completion in this game. But anyway, I guess we'll move on to the game.
All right. And we're back with week 8 of our Crusaders franchise.
Yes, we are getting near to the midpoint of the season.
And near to some progression, I'd imagine.
Yep, pretty close, I think. Anyway, just coincidentally, we played the Badmen in our last game.
Oh, of course we did.
And we beat them 64-0.
That's because the Badmen suck.
Yeah, well, that's the most lopsided game that we played this season. Actually, we played a few blowouts in this season, but the Badmen got blown out worse than anybody else that we played.
If I recall, they had some serious major injuries on the field, but also the Badmen, and I've been saying it for a long time, they are the single-handed weakest all Madden team out of all of the other all Madden teams, because for whatever reason, even though they can at times play reasonably good defense, not that game, although I guess they played okay, but they just didn't, their offense was a liability, but their offense is usually so completely and totally one-dimensional that it's just pass, and so all you got to do is line up in your best pass coverages, and even a cupcake team can stop them if all they're going to do is try bombs all day, and all they do is try bombs all day.
Yeah, actually in that Super Bowl game with the Piggies, the Badmen only ran the ball 7 times.
Yeah, wow.
So, yeah. Basically, that's how pretty much how that game went too, right? I came out expecting pass, and I was playing pass.
Yeah, and playing the flats because they throw the flats constantly.
Well, the flats seems like is an emergency measure when you get a little bit of pressure on them. The first thing he does is he turns and tries to throw a swing pass to the flats, right? So
yeah, Badmen are just not as good as they would look on paper.
No. I'm rather surprised they made it to the Super Bowl, actually. That would have been just a simulation thing, right? Between them and the Tigers, probably.
Yeah, possibly.
And the Tigers came out on the short end of the stick in the simulation.
Maybe the Tigers had an injury or something.
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't have Brad Doss anymore anyway.
Yeah, well, there's part of the problem.
Yeah, because he's not that old a player either. I think he's like an 8 or 9 year player when he's on the Piggies team, right?
Yep.
Well, there, he's practicing play action because you're going to be doing a lot of that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You actually have any play action passes in your offense?
I've run a couple of them this season.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't remember if I've completed one. But I do actually run play action now and then because, you know, I hand the ball off like 40 times a game. So it, you know, I imagine that it must have a chance at working sometimes.
Yeah, except that I don't think that it really has anything to do with how many times you either run ball or don't run the ball.
Because the AI doesn't even see the play fake. The AI just sees run play or pass play.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'm pretty sure they can tell what you're calling too, because half the time you line up and it's just like they were in the huddle with you.
Yeah.
Actually, that kind of reminds me. I saw a clip of a football game where I think there was a player from the opposing team, and he was standing in the huddle with the wrong team, and he was just listening to their play calling, and they were like almost done, and then they turned over, and then they looked at him, and then they realized that he was there, right? So,
well, I guess so long as they're not lined up to start the play, he can be anywhere on the field he wants, right?
Yeah, well, I guess so, you know.
Funny that they would have taken them that long to notice, though. Because
well, I think it's because nobody does that.
Did they have similar looking jerseys or something?
No, not at all. And, you know, you could probably find that on YouTube or something or whatever, because I'm pretty sure it was an NFL game that happened in.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's funny.
So, yeah. So, what are the Ironmen here looking like? Oh, they've got a better quarterback this year.
Yeah, except he's got, well, you don't need to worry, I won't need to worry about him scrambling anyway.
No, he can't accelerate or agility either. And he fumbles it. He's fumble prone. You might be able to get
he's got a pretty strong arm, though.
Yeah. And then Chris Edwards, I guess, is their backup.
Yeah.
Who's got a crazy strong arm and no accuracy. Oop. They've got an injury at halfback, though, but it looks like they have depth at halfback. They've got Anthony Gaines.
Yeah, they do.
Wow, Anthony Gaines became a really good player.
Did he?
Yeah, he's 80 overall.
Wow.
Still can't block worth a shit, though.
Yeah, well, he's a halfback, though. They're not really asked to block a great deal. He's not any worse than anybody else there.
He's significantly worse than all of our running backs on this team.
True, but we recruit a different grade of running back, though.
And then looks like they've got L.J. Schmidt at fullback. They've got some blocking fullbacks. So, you know. And then at wide receiver, they've got a fast guy and another fast guy at number 4. And they've only got 4 wide receivers. Wow.
Yeah.
They have blocking tight ends. Their offensive line is kind of shitty. Wow, if they play that guy, that's going to be terrible.
Yeah, it looks like they got some injuries there, too.
They've got a decent left end. It looks like one of their stronger starting left end might have retired. And then now they've got an old guy there. And they've got a really solid right end. And then they've still got their strong defensive tackles, although number 3's falling off. I wonder if somebody had a retirement there, too. But they're still looking relatively solid at defense. They've got, wow, really strong, speedy corners. Can't throw passes against these guys, I guess. Not that we do that much anyways, although we've been doing it more lately.
Well, it kind of depends on how they play, right?
We'll go back to the play on
anyway,
the
I guess you get to do the honors here and kick the ball away.
Yep.
Set to kick it deep.
And hopefully not give it up for a touchdown.
Booming kick downfield.
Well, that one they won't even bring out of the end zone.
Let's see how effective they can be with their first.
Well, it looks like they're going to come out with a single back formation right off the bat.
Well, these guys usually run the ball a lot, though. I don't know what they'll be like now, though. They do have that better quarterback.
Only one man back. Bond comes in motion.
And some speedy wide receivers.
What a collision. Williams couldn't even get out of the backfield.
This defense is extremely active and
well, we were waiting for him there.
Good job of getting upfield quickly, creating havoc in the backfield. Misdirection plays and draws can be a good way to use their speed and aggressiveness against them.
Williams, the lone back. And he's brought down in the backfield.
Oh,
He
wow.
always does it. Great awareness, and he gets in there and brings him down for a loss.
I'll tell you, he might be one of the smartest linebackers in the NFL right now. He anticipates, closes, then boom. He drags the ball carrier down for a loss.
It's third down, and they have a long way to go. Only one man in the backfield.
Oh,
And it looks like there's a penalty on
boy.
the offense likes that.
The officials are being strict.
Nothing
out there
quite
today.
like
Sometimes you
getting
gotta
screwed,
let the little
eh?
ones go.
Well, it's still
Just let
third and
these guys
10.
Go out there and play the game.
It's not a sure thing.
Out of the gun. Green with a man in
Oh, they're
motion.
going to bring that tight end over to block.
Drops back.
They got two blockers in.
Field.
Do they?
Pumps one. Throwing.
Ooh.
Going long, but he couldn't find his man downfield, and now they'll face a
Well, they had protection like you wouldn't believe, but I think that pass was going out of bounds anyway.
It might have been. Even if he had managed to keep it in bounds, he might have staggered out of bounds with how late he was going to catch that.
Yeah. I think look at how far away it is and look at how close he is to the sideline. I don't think he would have stayed in bounds at the way that
No,
ball was going.
he would have. If it was ruled a catch, it would have been right at the 50.
Yeah. That being said, if he catches that, it's probably a touchdown because that corner really stuck his neck out there.
No, I think he'd go out of bounds there. If he catches
Yeah.
that, I think he goes out of bounds just because his momentum carries him out.
Here's the punt.
Well, I don't think I'm going to return that one.
I don't think you can get to it.
Officials are trying to determine where it went out of bounds. Well, John, we've looked forward to this all week long. One of the top running backs in the league against
Yeah, they've looked forward to this all week
The
long.
old strength versus strength
Yep.
thing. This defense has a great front four and good team
They've
speed.
looked forward to the
with the carry. The back breaking
4 yards in a cloud of dust all week long.
Takes him down at the 37.
4 yards, you say, as I pick up 15
Yeah,
on
I
the
know,
first
but
carry.
I'm saying on the average though, because for every 15-yard carry that you get, you also get 2 runs for a loss, right?
Running the ball is a whole lot easier.
Calling an audible now. Jenkins with a man in motion. Hand off to the
See that?
tailback. Drops behind the line.
Run for a loss.
And he chases him
Yeah,
down
well.
behind the line of scrimmage for a
That
loss.
reduces your average per carry by 50%.
He knows how to play the game.
It'll be
He
fine.
always knows
Yeah.
what's going on.
Maybe we can throw it to Marshall.
Drops back. Throwing. And he makes the grab. Sheds the tackle. And he just got level.
And he almost got away from that guy.
Whole deal about what
Well, he broke
happens
one
when
tackle.
unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
That second player hit him almost right away, though,
Won
so.
that one.
Mills, the man in motion. They give it to
Hey, plug that hole.
He's at the 20.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, I was totally expecting to get tackled there, eh?
Watch here. He just barrels into the defender, taking him right off
I was
the mark.
completely and totally expecting to get tackled there, and I just didn't.
Yeah.
Mills, the motion man. Hands it off again.
Well, that's a touchdown.
Yep. Not too much resistance there on that opening possession.
Touchdown there.
No, they feel pretty soft, at least if this is any indication of how they're going to play all game long.
So they'll try to tack on the extra point. And it's on its way, and the extra point is good. The visiting team are lined up for the
Well,
kickoff.
5 run plays, right? Oh, no, you did throw 1 pass, didn't you? 4 run plays and 1 pass.
Did I throw a pass? I don't even remember.
Yeah, you did. You threw a pass to Marshall for about a seven,
that's right.
7
Yep.
or 8 yard
And
gain.
he got all of that one.
It's pretty bad when you can't even remember if you've thrown a pass or not.
You know
Maybe I'm
that
just
the
getting
offense
old.
has their eyes
My
set
memory's
on
starting to go.
here on this drive.
Huh.
We'll have to see what they're able to put together.
It's 1st and 10. Green with a man in motion. Tosses it out to the right.
Well, that's not going anywhere.
Already in their own territory, they'll lose even more with that carry.
And when you run those
Wow.
types of plays with this guy in the field position, you better make sure you don't go backwards.
2nd and long coming up here. Dropping back, gets the pass off, and he can't hang on.
Well, he missed that pass there, but the safety backer.
Little pass defense there by Nipper.
Yeah, a little bit of pass defense. Classic pass defense.
That's right.
Right, that's the kind of pass defense they show you when they're going over tape, right?
Well, it's where you deflect the receiver so he can't catch the ball. Right?
That's right.
Shotgun. Green sends a man in motion.
Ah,
Nice.
Jefferson.
And that's the exact same kind of thing as what we saw from Brad Doss.
yeah, on the replay. Although this is a slightly different formation, but it's still the same idea, right? I want to tie up the offensive line and get that right or left tackle to move in toward the middle.
Yep.
Because this guy is a legitimate pass rush threat. You know, if somebody doesn't come in and block him, right? So that tackle basically has to move in and block him, or he has to stay outside and block the defensive end.
Yep.
And if he stays outside and blocks the defensive end, well, then that's when you see those linebackers shoot those gaps and get the sacks instead, right? And of course, the fact that this was a high snap, so that guy couldn't really, he didn't really stand a chance.
Let's get back to the play.
Yeah, he got screwed over by his shitty offensive line. See, center is one of those positions that you just can't compromise at as a result, right?
Hey, that's why we got
Nothing happening on
probably
that
one of the
drive,
best
and they'll
guys
throw
in the
away.
league at that position.
Yeah,
right?
Joe Winters.
I think he's rapidly approaching 90 rating overall if he isn't already there.
Fair catch.
All right, well, I think I'm going to stick to the ground game.
As they work their way down the field
Yeah,
for a
well,
touchdown.
as you just saw, bad things happen when you go to the
That's
air,
right.
Changing the play now. Mills in motion.
But the interesting thing to note about Brad Doss when he's playing for the Piggies is that he only got about 14 sacks that season.
You know, Johnny always seems to be in perfect
But
position to make a play.
He also led the team in tackles with something like 95 tackles, right?
Oh, okay.
Mainly because of his speed, right? He's got range to be anywhere on the field, and he could pursue a ball carrier from one side of the field to the other and make the tackle, right?
Jenkins with a man in motion.
Because even though he's a defensive
Damn
end,
it.
Take a timeout.
That's twice. That's the same long-ass animation twice in a row.
It's just inside.
Stop waving your hands
Yeah.
around so much, Jenkins.
anyway, generally speaking, he's the fastest player on the defense, right?
Another run.
Oh, you got a suction block there, and away you
At the
go.
30, the 20. And he's knocked out of bounds. At the 13. Allen
There.
had a minor leg injury in training camp, but he's put together a very solid
What?
regular season.
He didn't have any leg injury.
1,000 yards on the ground.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I guess that's just one of those dialogue things, right?
He'll get it again. The back breaks
Well,
free.
that's a touchdown.
So they get in on the ground.
Great blocking on that one gave him a big hole.
Well, you know what? The last couple of games you struggled to run the ball, and it looks like you're finally past those opponents that were going to be tough on it, right?
12.
Yeah, well, these guys are, I don't know. They suck.
They're probably not very tough against the pass either.
Probably not, no.
It's funny, though. They started off, I think, as a strong
D
defense
team.
team, but
And they still have a lot of strength at defense, which I don't know what's happened. They're just so squishy now.
play calling, I think.
Well, they did crowd the line twice in a row.
He
Yeah, 90% of the problems that AI teams have in this game, I think, is poor play calling, right?
Yeah, because a subpar team can play pretty decent defense sometimes.
First and 10.
But I think that when they crowd the line and then shift the line one way or the other, that's not good.
Yeah, well, because if you do get around them, there's nobody left to, make the stop, right?
John, the coaches are always talking about his intensity and awareness.
And those are the type of plays where you see those qualities really showing themselves. He's a cornerstone of this defense. And he always seems to be in the right position to make the play.
It's second down and a long way to go.
Whereas I guess, like I tend to play
The quarterback gets set with only one
at
back
times
behind
probably
him.
a more aggressive game than you, but
He hits his receiver.
on defense, but I still play a reasonably conservative game, right?
Yeah.
Making that count.
That's what these receivers are always looking for.
Because
Soft coverage,
even though I've got
hole in the
5
zone where they
guys
can
up
break
on the
free
line
and
here,
wait
I've
for the
also
pass to
got
get
5
there.
guys lined up straight across 10 yards off the line of scrimmage too, right?
Williams, the lone setback. Gives the ball off. Under pressure. With the
Nice. That was Edwards, I think, knocking that away.
Yep, he was playing the zone in the middle, right? You see here, I'm playing basically a 4-deep zone with 2 flats and a hook zone in the middle.
Yep. And he is not a talented player by any means, but he is smart.
Yeah, well, also you'll notice that they left the left tight end in to block there.
Yep.
And it didn't really matter because, like they're basically trying to throw it in there where Edwards is in that path of the ball, right?
Yep.
And we go back to the game. Nothing happening for the offense. They're forced into a 3-and-out. Here's the punt.
That's another thing that I'll do too is if they had come out in a standard 2-back set with 2 wide receivers, I might have called a 3-deep zone there, but since they had a single back formation with 2 tight ends as well, I'd play a 4-deep instead, right? Because I basically treat those 2 tight ends as if they were like pass receivers, right?
They give it to the halfback. Big hit.
Ooh.
Well, whatever. I think that's still 4. What? They gave me 2 on that? What kind of spot is that? That's like spot at point of contact, not spot at fucking where he goes down. Damn. That's bullshit.
Comes in motion. Looking upfield.
Well,
Yeah.
that time that guy fought off the block.
Allen couldn't get out of the backfield.
That was just a defensive line.
See, maybe it's I scored 14 points too quickly, so now they've got to have something sort of defensive pull through here.
Well, also that guy got the big hit on there too, and that might give them a little bit of momentum too, right?
Jenkins sends a man in motion.
Yeah, you better run, Parkman, because you ain't going to get there if you don't run.
Hands it off to the back. Shakes
Well,
off the tackle.
Ain't nobody getting there anyways.
Nope. As it turns out, he didn't actually block anybody anyway. He just kind of lumbered up the field and turned in about 2 different directions. Like he was going to try and lock onto somebody, but he never did.
This one is shallow and short.
Nice. You got almost a 40-yard net on that.
Well, I'm also looking to run time off the clock too, right?
It's first and 10.
I'm always trying to run time off the clock.
Yeah.
Part of why we run the ball so much. I feel like it's good for defense.
Hand off to the tailback. Big tackle there.
Well, there's a defensive end coming in and dishing out the big hit.
Yep.
He knows how to prepare, and it really pays off when he makes stops like that.
Second and 10. Williams, the lone back. Green sends a man in motion. Again with the run. Good job knifing in there to bring him down.
He brings a lot of things to the table, but the thing I like the most is how prepared he always is. I mean, he can run and he can tackle, and he watches so much tape that he actually anticipates what the offense is going to run before they call the play.
Keep it in front! Keep it in front! Who wants some? Only one man back. Number 84 moves in motion. Pressure coming. And he's tackled behind the line by Lewis. Lewis busts through, takes him down behind the line of scrimmage.
That's the backup left end. Because in that formation, I have 4 defensive ends on the field.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ben French moves from the outside to the inside, and he's the guy that eats up the tackle block, eh?
Right.
Here's the kick. He signals for a fair catch.
Well, we still move down the field anyways.
See, that guy's pretty much a sitting duck back there because he's so slow, right?
Well, also their line sucks.
Yeah, they're not doing a good job of protecting him. But if you're going to have a quarterback that can't run like that at all,
You better have a good line.
You'd better have a good line because at the rate that I'm going, I could sack him 10 times in this game, right?
He made a name for himself with plays like that. He's one of those guys that every defensive coordinator would love to have on his team. He's smart, he plays with good intensity, and he's a heck of a leader on and off the field.
Now suddenly they got a little bit of momentum from that big hit thing.
Allen. Hennings makes the play at the 34.
Well, we'll just, run the ball and then run the ball.
100 yards rushing.
Allen's almost got 100 yards rushing anyways.
Yep.
He sees something in the defense. Number 35, the man in motion. Hand it off.
Oh, that corner is awful fast.
I think he must have been on a blitz.
Yeah, because you should have been able to outrun him through that gap, right? He had to run a lot further on that play than you did.
Well, he had 96 speed, though, so he's just as fast as Allen, pretty much.
Yeah, I suppose, and if he was blitzing, then I guess that would explain why he was able to get there that fast.
Ooh, that was a terrible kick.
Did you finally miss one?
Yeah, I missed one.
And it's on its way.
Yep, you missed it. You had enough length, but it just...
Yeah, well, when you don't get full power, the meter moves way slower, right?
Yep.
First and 10.
I don't know what that was all about. We won't get best kicker after all.
Well, you might anyway.
Incomplete. The incomplete pass bringing up second.
See, that guy, he has to get up off the ground after almost every play, right?
Yep. Well, also their line sucks. And if you can injure him, then the other guy will spray it everywhere.
Yeah.
Shifting some personnel up front. They line up in the I formation. Number 88 moves in motion. Hands it off to the back. French makes the stop.
See, and the 5-man line is very solid against the run, right? They don't get through that line very often. Although in this case, the 5-man line was actually 3 linemen and 2 linebackers, but still. I play a lot of multiple player fronts, right?
Yep.
Third down and long coming up here. Here are the numbers when it comes to third down conversions.
Third down conversions is a keeper stat. When you convert on third down, you keep 3 things. You keep your drive going, you keep their defense on the field, and you keep your defense resting.
Well,
on
not the
sideline.
greatest line of pursuit from the deep defensive back there, but they didn't get to go anywhere anyways.
Nope. I think I got him running scared because he's, like on third down and long trying to throw a screen like that. If you're going to do that, you might as well just turn around and hand the ball to a halfback or something.
Well, that's what we've been doing all game long.
Yep.
Here's the punt. And he chooses not to return this one.
All right.
Ball on their own 18. The home team come out in a nickel package. Jenkins with a man in motion. Hand off to the tailback. Simon with the tackle at the 19. And they go with the defense with the run.
They're going to keep running. You see what the other team is willing to
Yep,
give
we're definitely
on the
going to keep
ground out
running.
there.
Although we're not having a lot of success at it lately.
Yeah, well, it's like they suddenly stiffened up, eh? And the only thing I can say is that after that big hit that that linebacker put on Allen, that seems to be when they suddenly started to play better, right?
That one will leave a mark.
He got popped. I'll tell you one thing. He's going to.
Well, also, there was certainly a number of bad spots out there on the field.
The guy seems to get stronger every time he touches the ball.
White, the motion man. Surveying the field. Guns it out to the right. And the catch is made.
Yeah, I noticed the 96 speed corner on that side decided to cover White. So I'm like, well, you know what? I'll just throw it at Marshall because there's not going to be anybody fast covering Marshall.
Yep. Well, it worked.
On the call, Simon created problems in the
Wow, our
backfield.
line really got pushed backwards into the backfield there.
Yeah, but that's that right guard that you're talking about, right? Who is the
Yeah,
weak-
Schaefer.
the weaker of the two guards?
Well, we'll try this.
They'll go with the run once again.
Oh, look at that. That's going to turn into a nice game.
The 50.
A little alley opened up for you there because that one guy going to the outside overran the play,
Yeah,
right?
he went really far to the outside for some reason.
Dominated the defensive line there, and they sprang
Well, I
the
think he
run.
was being steered that way by a blocker too, right? Like he had a little help to get that far
Calling
outside.
an audible now.
Quite possibly, yeah. This is where Schaefer releases the blocker and I got hit in the backfield, right?
Yeah.
Receives the handoff. McGuire is the guy who's there to bring him down at the 45-yard line. A short pickup on that running play.
These linemen need to get more aggressive out there. They're letting the defense control the line of scrimmage on that play. If they don't step it up soon, this could get worse in the second half.
He sees something in the defense. Jenkins sends a man in motion. Again with a carry. Running with a lot of room in front. Hennings
Had to run backwards there.
at the
Yep.
34
For a
yard
little
line.
bit.
Allen did a nice job on that run.
If the defense keeps giving up runs like that for first down, they'll have to.
See, it looks
make
like they
some
ran out of
adjustments to
gas
slow this
after
guy
that little
down.
momentum surge now.
Well, Allen's also got his 100 yards.
Yep.
Well, this doesn't look so bad.
No, actually, if everything goes the way it should,
Handed off to the fullback.
then this should turn into a pretty good game.
Big hit there. He was run over by a truck.
Yeah, 2-ton truck pulling a trailer.
Number 47 covered some good ground there.
Hey, nice job up front, holding their blocks and allowing him to get a good run for a first down.
Olsen is another guy nearing the end of his career.
Yep. But he's still a solid player. Although he's been a little unhappy lately.
Again, he'll get the call.
Well, I tried to get around Allen there. I just
They
couldn't.
went with the running play.
You never know when you're going to find some room and break loose into the secondary.
Yeah, that kind of alignment is crazy.
Calling an audible.
You'd think they were defending the goal line there or something.
Throwing. And it's caught.
Wow, look at that. He almost broke that for a touchdown.
Almost.
He was getting a block, too, on the last man there. So if that guy that tripped him up hadn't got him, he would have scored a touchdown there.
John's like, it was just a mistake on his angle of pursuit.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a little more than that, John.
Rose goes in motion. Hand it off.
Well, that's another touchdown. Allen can go sit on the sideline for a while.
Run in that type of situation.
Yeah, well, he's making up for lost time there. He's got 3 rushing touchdowns already.
He's gotten every touchdown in this game so far.
Yep. He's scoring all the touchdowns.
And it's up. The extra point attempt is good. John, they're starting to run away with this one, and they are clearly the far superior team.
Yeah, and the last drive tells me that the defense
Clearly.
is in for a long day if they keep playing like this. They need to find a way to at least slow them down.
Booming kick down.
Well, he'll return that one.
Yep. Looks like he's not going to get very far, though.
The defense forced to
Yeah, because Matt Mills will run up and tackle him.
Oh, look at this. We've got some kind of full house thing going on here.
Oh, wow. Wonder if they have a different offense guy on their team this year. It's not often that you see Full House.
No. I think Green Bay in this game is just about the only team that uses it at all.
Green Bay and Atlanta, by default.
Ooh.
I bet you it was an extra pass protection thing, too. Look at how many people they left in the block on that.
Yeah, and it didn't help at all. Yeah, they were only sending out 2 guys into the pattern, but basically if you watch their... See that?
Yeah, their blocking was terrible.
Well, the angle that... You see the angle, though, that Jefferson's coming in on, and watch number 70.
Yep.
At the last second, he turns to block Jefferson instead and lets the...
Yeah, they crisscross over each other.
And he lets the defensive tackle there. That's Scott Pete.
Well, it's good to see Scott Pete getting some statistics against the Full House.
Well, you know, I did tell you before this season started that he would be getting playing time because I do play a lot of 5-man defensive line, right?
Only one man back. Drops back with the throw. This pass
Now, Scott Pete is also one of those not-so-great cupcake players. He's too slow at defensive end, so I converted him into a defensive tackle. He's a little bit undersized, but I worked on his strength for a couple seasons so that he could finally push people around a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever be the number 1 defensive tackle, but he'll be around for a while. He's a good enough player that you can't just replace him in the draft, right?
Although it certainly didn't start that way.
John, they dropped everyone back in coverage. You just couldn't get it to the open man.
Danny Jones diving head first and knocking the pass down.
But part of how you develop a solid team is by taking those players that you have that are just kind of junk and trying to train them up into something.
Yeah, well, because then that way everybody on the team is a good player, right?
Yeah, or at least a half-decent player.
You don't have any weaknesses.
Here's the kick. Andy waves for the fair catch.
You know, you can put anybody on the field and they'll do a good job, right?
Let's see if they try to move the ball on the ground again.
I don't like that shift. I maybe like that shift better.
Marshall, the man in motion.
Ah, it wouldn't let me snap it. Didn't matter anyways. It wasn't even that guy shooting the line. It was actually just a guy breaking off his block. Yeah, sometimes they don't let you snap it.
Very quickly. They do a good job maintaining their gap assignments, limiting cutback opportunities.
Yeah, I know. It's annoying.
Well, that safety was cheating down on that run really badly.
That just goes to show you that the coach trusts the guy to hang on to the ball.
They'll have to get the ball inside the 37.
Well, because you've basically, completely and totally declared your intention to run the ball in this game, I don't think there's anybody covering White.
I don't think there's anybody covering White either. I think this is a blitz.
Drops back with the throw. He finds his man. The 30.
There was nobody covering White.
Yep. Yeah, and it was a blitz.
Yeah.
This is a great call on third down to keep this drive alive. They were in a tough spot here.
And you know, so far in the first half, you've thrown 4 passes.
Well, at least I'm consistent.
Yeah. Oh, that guy beat the block again.
Makes the play at the 27-yard line. The defense did a good job stopping the run on that.
We'll go back to the full house for a while. When we start to get beaten a lot, we start to go to the full house.
Big run in the second half.
The general idea being we'll just shove more blockers out in front.
Well, we'll just have to see if that works.
I mean, I could call a pass here. I could.
Oh, look at that. That guy beat the block that time.
His excellent positioning led to that stop behind the line of scrimmage.
Back-to-back failed blocks.
He's one of the smartest players at defensive end. He always seems to be in position, he uses his hands well, and he has those long arms. And that really helps him shed blockers.
Dropping back. Gets rid of it. He hits his receiver. McGrath makes the stop.
Hey, was that one deep?
Yeah, they were playing one deep.
That's 3 deep.
Or three deep zone.
Let's get back to the action on the field.
I was just be like, if that was 1 deep, I could have thrown the outside wheel routes. But no, it was 3 deep. I would have thrown an interception if I tried. Well, I think I'll make that one.
Yep. Well, you were bound to miss one sooner or later. I think that missed field goal was the first one you missed this season.
Dominating with 24 unanswered points.
Heck, with the way they're playing right now, they could score 124.
He sends it off.
That wind is actually taking away a little bit of our distance.
Yep.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Oh.
You know, I had 2 shots at that. And I didn't dive or anything like that.
Yeah,
I just
I know.
couldn't get a hold
It's
of it.
like everybody's like, I got it. No, I don't. I got it. No, I don't.
It's 1st and 10.
Man.
Green back in the shotgun. Drops back. Rolling right. Steps up. On the run. Behind him. He has it. Carswell brings him down at the 34. How about that speed? Great individual effort.
Not only did the quarterback show off his strong arm,
Wow,
the
he's 2 of
receiver
8.
played some amazingly soft hands. A great throw.
Well, that's
with the
because
neighbor catch.
you've been pressuring the
It's always
shit
an
out
easy
of
way
him.
to pick up first down.
Throwing. He
Oh.
finds his man. Jefferson makes the tackle.
That was a running back
47
circle
yard
route.
line. So they get 2 first downs on their last 2 plays.
And they're getting it done by seeing the whole field and taking what the defense gives them.
2-minute warning coming up.
I guess that would be the 2-minute warning.
And we've reached the 2-minute mark here in the first half. Quarterback back in the shotgun. Dropping back to pass on first down.
Oh, look at that, eh?
Yep.
Changing the
Man.
Well, you know, it's 2 minutes, right? The AI always gets it done in 2 minutes.
Closing in. Gets the pass off. Incomplete pass.
Well, at least you had a little pass defense there.
Pretty good play call on that one. Everything happened just as it's drawn up. Just couldn't hang on to it.
5th play of this drive. Dropping back. The throw.
Oh.
He makes a great play by breaking the pass.
That's the thing.
That was Carswell. Hit him right in the hands.
He lets it go as an incomplete pass rather than an interception.
And this is the 6th play of this drive. The home team line up in the bunch formation. Throws it.
That would have been a pretty heroic catch.
Yeah, well, that was Edwards there putting the big hit on him, right?
Getting open, and the quarterback got him the ball.
Because he was playing that short zone in the middle again, right?
Probably his 7th of the day. Here's the punt.
Ooh, boy, I think you're going to start in a bit of a hole.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Inside their own 20.
Set. Purple, 49. Buck five. Buck five.
Dropping back to pass on first down. Gets rid of it. And
Oh, my.
completed. Has room. 30. Glover.
Well, okay.
At the
Wow.
45.
That happened. That's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1st and 10. Jenkins with a man in motion. Looks like he's calling an audible.
Purple, 36. Orange, 19.
Pass play here on first down. Looking for an option with the pass. A little off target.
I'll just wait until he runs between the two short zones.
At the 45-yard line. We're just about down to 1 minute. Mills.
You know what I noticed on that play? Is the guy that you audible to the curl on the outside there actually held that defender. Oh, look at this. It happened again.
And he's forced out of bounds.
That guy running that curl actually froze that defender in place, right?
1st and 10.
So that when Marshall made the cut to run the in, he actually ran away from that defender, right?
And they're
Yep.
on the move
And that's
to get
why
inside.
that big hole opens up in the middle
Receives
in
the
a zone
handoff.
defense that you can throw that pass.
Still running. He was really hit hard on that play.
Yeah, you talk about your decleaner. That's what happened there. He unloaded, and he got a decleaner.
Directing traffic. The home team come out in a dime package. Throwing. He finds his man.
Wow.
Runs for the tackle.
That was a
Jenkins
fast
puts points
touchdown.
on the board with that
Yep.
pass.
Now we're running away with it.
Yep. And the tight ends did all the damage on that one.
Comes in for the extra
I
point.
love my tight ends, man. You don't need to be fast to catch passes for me. You just need to be able to
The
catch.
kick is up,
Yeah.
and the extra point is good.
And Marshall can catch. So can easily, actually. He
And
wasn't on the
kickoff
field at the
comes out
time.
onto the field.
Yeah. Well, and they can both run over people too after they catch the ball, right?
And he got all of that one. A great kick. Let's see if this possession is more effective after their last possession ended in a punt.
Well, that's all right. I don't know. Maybe they're going to come out and shotgun 4 wide receivers and throw Hail Mary here.
They'll go from the shotgun. Looking for room. They'll go
Hey, look at that.
Nice.
by Ellis. Ellis uses his speed.
Ellis, the rookie, gets the sack.
And he combines that with a very quick first step.
Still going to force you to call the play.
Yep, they are.
Following the sack, it's 2nd and long.
Come on, let's go.
Ah,
Now they get to run a play with 1 second left.
really?
So he's
Wow.
for encroachment.
Yeah, he jumped early and touched an
Okay.
offensive player, and that forces the officials to blow the whistle.
This is where you come out in the formation in your playbook where everybody stands 15 yards off the line so that if they
Yeah,
jump
we don't
early-
actually have any defensive linemen, right?
Yeah. No, you have defensive linemen. They're just standing back there with the defensive backs. If somebody jumps early,
This stop at the 21-yard
it takes them a certain period of time to actually cross the line of scrimmage.
Oh, that was Gaines carrying the ball there.
Yep.
Yeah. And we stuffed them for no gain.
Score, Kansas City, 31.
Poor
Well.
Gaines.
0.
Well, it's a pretty lopsided game so far.
Indeed.
So, you ready for the halftime stretch?
Yep. And we're back.
Yes, and so far,
Welcome back.
We've had things pretty much all our way.
Yeah, we've been literally running over them.
Sends it sailing.
Yeah, and then you had a couple of big pass plays in a row, too.
Yeah, well, they can't stop anything, it seems. Wow, look at this return.
Yeah.
That could have turned into something. I think I'm just going to start right now by subbing in all of the second stringers. I don't think there's any reason to keep anybody who is starting at all out there on the field.
Yeah, you might as well give everybody else some playing time. And I can tell you I'm already working on the offense for next season. And I should be ready to start testing the new offensive playbook sometime in the next week or so.
So we'll have Clark and Jefferson out there at wide receiver, and their catching is kind of mediocre.
Yeah, but you haven't thrown any passes this game yet anyway, really.
But they're decent blockers.
Yeah.
And then we'll do Easley for Marshall and Marshall for Sarah.
But anyway, going back to what I was saying, I'm trying to develop a new version of the fullback attack.
Ah.
You know, like sort of inspired by the Elves offense from last December, where I had those running backs really close to the line of scrimmage. So I could turn around, hand the ball to them real quick, and then they hit the line of scrimmage almost immediately, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to try a little bit of that kind of thing.
We're subbing both our backup tackles, because even though they're really shitty pass blockers, they're both decent run blockers.
Well, they aren't going to get better if you don't give them some playing time, I guess.
That's right.
So let's pick up the action. It's 1st and 10. Green sends a man in motion.
Bulldog under. Loose. Bring him out.
Yeah, there he goes, back to where he started.
Yeah, I just decided to follow him, and then that wasn't such a shit hot idea anyway.
No.
It's just about impossible to
No,
run
you
there.
should. Once you're committed to a direction, you might as well keep going that way. It's just tough when they do that, right? You know, the blocking logic in this game is just stupid.
I was hoping they wouldn't pack everybody up again. Because White there could probably outrun everybody.
Throwing.
Oh well, that's okay.
You could hear the collision up here.
You wanted to throw to somebody other than Easley or Marshall anyway, right?
3rd and 1.
Well, also, we're still working on Sarah.
Yeah.
Wants to get him. Dig in.
And we can attribute this lead to their ability to convert on 3rd down. Number 35 in motion.
I don't like the way they're lined up there.
You live for this. Hang time.
Gets the pass off. He hits his receiver. The visiting team get the big strike again for their second long 3rd down conversion on this drive.
Long?
Well, longish.
Looks like he's changing the play. Number 47 goes in motion.
Cowboy. Delta. Switch one.
Hand it off again. Stop behind the
Well,
line.
if that inside guy had gotten blocked, you would have had some room, but
Yeah, the funny thing is, it's all the starters who are on the inside, right?
He's not a situational guy. You want him out there and
All the starters are on the inside here, but
to be honest with you, I think you could probably put out all 50 overall rated scrubs on the offensive line, and you probably wouldn't get very different results. I'm not sure that it really matters all that much sometimes when I watch how these guys play.
He tucks it away.
go the fullback, the speedy fullback.
Yep.
And that gain will get them a fresh set of downs.
he just exploded towards the marker that time. That was a big-time run.
Oh, gonna give it to him again.
Gonna give it to him again.
Hand it off to the fullback. Drop behind the line.
Corner came in and got you that time.
Yeah, nobody went out to go block him that time.
That's because the defense did a good job anticipating the snap count. With an aggressive defense like this, a hard count could be an effective way to keep them off balance while trying to draw them off sides.
Well, maybe you have a bit of a rushing opportunity to the left here.
Maybe.
Green with a man in motion. White. Glover with the
If I can get away from the guy who has man coverage on...
He gets a couple of yards on the carry, but he looks fatigued and is headed for the sideline.
He's tired.
Yep. He's tired.
They've executed very well on third down so far, and that's a big reason why they're ahead at the moment. Directing traffic. Calling an audible. Drops back. Under pressure.
There, same thing, except
Yeah,
that
except I couldn't...
you got sacked. But if you look at the replay of this, you'll be able to see if you watch.
Yeah,
the,
he just
the paired
stands them
tight
there,
ends, right? Like that defender just stands there.
Yep.
The only problem is that he sort of jammed
And we're back.
That's right, that time.
the guy running the in that time and held him up, which should have been pass interference because I think he was
They're further than 5 yards
further than
downfield,
5 yards downfield. That should have been defensive pass interference, but
Well, it is
that's
what it is.
That's the one penalty they don't apparently call in this game.
Yeah,
right?
they don't call that penalty in this game. They call it in Madden 04, but they call everything in Madden 04.
Yeah.
There's no getting away with anything in Madden 04.
Well, you're pretty much playing flag football in Madden 04, right?
You know,
Wow.
we really should do a franchise with the penalties cranked. It will be completely and totally unenjoyable.
You think?
I imagine 1 or 2 games would be like, you know, haha, that's funny. But by the time we got to a whole end of a whole season, getting
Yeah,
like
that would
20
be-
penalties a game,
That would probably be enough, yeah. Hey, look at that. See how they swapped those guys around?
yep.
Oh,
That's okay. We've got our, you know,
yeah,
safety backer.
somebody made a dive and missed there,
The
okay?
back found the right hole to get down the field and pick up a first down.
It's 1st and 10. Rushing on first down has not worked out for them today. Less than a 2-yard per carry average.
That's why they're losing. You got to be able to get yards on first down.
Pressure coming. Gets rid of it. He finds his man. Edwards records the stop at the 20. Green will be looking at 2nd down now after that pass picks up 5 yards.
Well, not bad.
2nd and 5 coming up here. Making some changes along the defensive front. Pressure. Steps up.
Nice.
Great play in the backfield. Veteran linebacker.
That's Cedric Perry.
That's Cedric Perry, yep.
The ability to have success
He still gets a sack every now and again, too.
Least expects it.
It's 3rd down and 10 to go.
He just doesn't get 60 in the season like he did with you.
Yeah, well, you know, 60 might be a bit high.
If they're going to be successful.
With the throw, sheds the tackle. Carswell
Trying to make something happen with broken tackles.
27-yard line.
Yep.
He catches a floater for the first down.
And it's a good thing he caught it. You don't want to drop those passes that are sure first down.
1st and 10. They're having no success running on first down.
Stuff like a turkey. I mean, less than 2 yards isn't very good.
And they're still having no success running on first down.
Defensive line
Yep.
gets that play out beautifully.
The guys along the defensive line are very big and very active. They do a good job of shedding blockers when they're rushing the passer. And they're very good at sucking up blocks, opening holes for the linebackers to make plays when the other team decides to go with the run.
Well,
And he had it.
might have rushed that just a little bit.
He threw it a little too soon and it missed the mark. The pass rush almost got to him.
I don't think he ever had a chance to set his feet. I'll tell you one thing, this defensive coach sure has his defensive linemen pumped up.
7th play of this drive. Williams, the lone back. Fong, the motion man. It's rid of
Wow.
him. Short pass completed to the wide receiver. Perry brings him down at the 24.
Yeah. Again, trying to throw a screen on third down and long, right?
Yep.
I just happen to be playing man coverage.
The offense can't do a thing in this one, so the punter makes another appearance. Here's the punt. And he signals for the fair catch.
I don't think there's any need to return punts today.
It's first.
You don't think so?
No, I think you're doing just fine.
Looks like he's changing the play.
You've been having a very good, solid game today.
Looking up.
Wow, that was terrible.
Number 58 drags the ball.
That guy got in there like crazy.
It's the fourth stop he's made
Poor
today.
White. His rushing average is going to shit today.
Actually, you got Allen in there right now.
Oh, I've got Allen in there. Okay, well, we just lost some yards for Allen. 4 yards. We lost 4 yards. Holy shit.
Looks like he's calling
Yep.
an audible.
Let's go. What's up? Get in there.
Fullback handoff. Drop
Man,
to the backfield.
we just can't hold blocks at all now.
Number 47 couldn't find an opening and was brought down very quickly.
Yeah, he was.
I think you got to start attacking the middle maybe a little bit and get them to tighten up again.
Yeah, maybe.
He can explode through the hole.
Because they seem to be stringing you out wide every time you try to run outside, eh?
Go. 64. Stay on him. Keep him in front.
Surveying the field. With the pass, he hits his receiver.
Did he make it?
And he's
I think so.
forced out of bounds at the 47. Perfect.
No, they're
start
gonna...
on that
No,
pass.
yep.
Yep, they gave him the first down for that.
There we go.
See, that's White's primary function anyway. He's a pass receiver. He just happens to line up as a halfback, that's all.
Well, he is also decent enough these days at running the ball. He's gotten good enough at it that he can actually do it.
Simpson. Glover pulls him down at the 49.
Well, that was kind of just how that was going to go.
Trying to move the ball
Yeah.
on the ground.
I think you got to do that a few times, though, because they're basically spreading their defense out wide and shutting down the outside runs now.
Oh, we'll give it to Golson.
Hands it off to the fullback.
No, shit.
Jackson cuts him down.
I think that was the linebacker from the opposite side.
According
Yep.
to our numbers, that's tackle number 6 for him. Number 47. Couldn't find any room on that one.
They really hustle on the defensive side of the ball. They're very good at clogging up the line, limiting the number.
Okay, we're just not going to cover White today.
Has to choose from.
Oh, well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, covering White is lame. Who wants to cover him?
Dropping back. Looking downfield.
Yeah, he is the fastest player on the team, but, you know, like, why bother covering him, right?
31-yard line. They'll move the sticks with that completion.
I'll tell you, he put that one right on the money.
Yeah, he's literally the fastest. He's faster than any of our receivers.
Yeah, he is. He's the fastest player on the team.
Calling an audible now. He sees something in the defense. Looks like he's changing the play.
Lucy.
Number 47.
Oh, okay. That guy kind of collided with me on that dive, but I kind of bounced off of him.
Yeah.
They have great size and quickness up front. That allows them to hold up.
Yeah, it's like, you know what, they gave up 150 yards on the ground in the first half, and now all of a sudden you can't run anymore,
Changing the
right?
play now.
What's that all about?
Black 64.
Maybe those second stringers are not doing such a good job after all, hey?
Well, it is what it is.
Pass ball's incomplete.
Oh, then
The tight
easily
end was
dropped a
right
pass.
there, but he just couldn't get the pass
And when
on
does that ever
I don't
happen?
know what happened there. The quarterback did his job, delivering a catchable ball. He just couldn't come up with it.
the home team come out in a nickel package.
Go 49.
Throws it. Nice adjustment. Glover makes the tackle.
I love that play.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think pairing that curl up with that in like that, you definitely found something there.
He's worked very hard to improve his pass catching, and I think he's become one of the best out there.
Yeah, I have no idea if it's actually solid NFL logic, but
It's solid Madden 05 logic.
yeah.
So we've reached the end of the third quarter with the visiting team ahead of the home team, 31-0. This is the 10th play of this drive. In field goal range now. Looks like he's changing the play.
Commit to one side or the other. Works for me.
Tosses it left on the carry.
Wow, my
Simon stops him for
pulling
negative yardage.
lineman there. What are you doing? You're a first string guy. He cut back into me.
Yeah, that's weird. That was like he basically forgot how to play football there briefly.
Especially because he's the most veteran player on the line.
Yeah.
He sees something in the defense. Jefferson, the motion.
I don't know. Like I said, sometimes I just don't understand what it is about the blocking in this game, how they managed to screw it up, but they did, right?
Jackson records the stop.
Because they went from in the space of 1 year, they went from, you know, you're able to fairly reliably run the ball and consistently run the ball to you know, this weird inconsistent, completely unbalanced thing where you either tear off a big gain or you run for a loss, right?
Yep.
Watch the team. Goal 19.
Gets rid of it.
Wow, did he ever come open there?
Anderson with the tackle.
Yo, I'm basically flooding out the middle, right? Because I audibled them both to 8-yard curls there. I guess I could have thrown
Yeah,
it
you
to
could
him
have thrown it to
too.
him too. They just weren't. They just weren't covering those areas on the field at all.
Yeah. But we know that Golston can catch, so.
Yeah.
And that was actually out of the 2 wide receiver variant of that formation that I almost never come out in.
Need 5 yards for a touchdown.
Purple 49.
I like the idea of diving it up the middle here.
Yeah, well, I would say at this point it really doesn't matter if you score a touchdown or not. We're so far ahead now, I don't think we have anything to worry about.
Looks like he's changing the play. Pull back handoff. You could hear the collision up here.
You know, I would say you just burn as much time off the clock as you can, and
They're just 3 yards away from the end zone. And here's what they've been able to do so far on third down.
Third down is when you want your players to dig deep and make a clutch play. When you convert, it gives your defense a little extra rest, and it gives your offense a fresh set of downs to work with.
49.
He'll get it again.
well, you found a little crack to get through there.
This is exactly how to get the ball in the end zone. Just get in behind the center. And
Yeah, I
guard,
just kind of
and keep
bounced
pushing
around
and
in
pushing
there.
until
Yep.
they're putting up 6 points in the board.
Yeah, you know that you own them when you run the ball 3 times from the 6-yard line and get in, right?
The extra point attempt.
Well, what can I say, man? I mean, you know.
Against their goal line defense, right?
I don't know what happened to their defense over the period of the last few years, but the Ironmen have just degraded as a team.
Yeah.
The sun has set on them.
He gets the kick away.
Or so it would
No
seem.
return on that kickoff.
And I don't think it was necessarily a big change in personnel. I think it was absolutely a change in coaching. Because I've never seen them come out in full house either.
First and 10.
A lot of it has to do with coaching, I think. I think a lot of it is basically flawed play calling.
Well, also, too, I think your players play better or worse depending on who your coach is. Like, I noticed when we got Mike Singletary as our defensive coordinator, all of a sudden, we were playing way better.
Yeah, just for anybody out there playing Madden 05, watch for Mike Singletary as a coach.
Yeah, and get him.
If you see him available as a coach, you need to hire him, okay?
Yeah, actually, he's our head coach.
Yeah, he is. He's our head coach.
Drops back.
So yeah, get Mike Singletary as head coach.
And this pass is completed.
Well, I think he just took that first down away from himself.
Yep, he did.
And that's what the mark of a solid defense is. They close in on you in a hurry, and they don't miss tackle.
It's 3rd down and a yard.
I'm coming. I'm coming. Big stop. Big stop.
I think this defense looks forward to these 3rd down situations.
Wow, that could have been an
because they've
interception.
stopping him
Yep,
today.
I had him playing the flat there.
I'll tell you, he did almost everything right on that one. He was able to read the quarterback's eyes. He got himself in good position to make the interception.
See, I don't know why he rushed that out so much too, because they actually
Had all the blocking in the world.
this here.
Yep, it's
Right.
a Walmart block.
Yeah, that's actually not supposed to happen. But what happened is number 79 basically backpedaled 3 steps, which kind of interferes with the blitzing safety, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because other than that, everything pretty much went as planned, right?
Yep.
Over there, I managed to engage the 3 offensive linemen. But, yeah, I had that was the defensive end, Jefferson, who was playing the flat zone over there, right?
Yeah, I think he can catch, too. Like, literally,
He's got multiple interceptions so far this season, 2 or 3.
He's probably the most generally well-talented player on the team because, again, like, he could have played any position on the team, pretty much, with the statistics that he rolled as a rookie.
He's a defensive end who can sack the quarterback, stop the run, and pick off passes when he's playing zones.
Yep.
On their own 36.
Like I said, I think he's got 2 or 3 interceptions this season, too.
I mean, he could probably play man coverage like a linebacker, too, so... Considering he is actually a linebacker.
Yep.
Check two. Check two.
They'll pass on 1st down with the throw. And
Boy, was he ever wide open.
Ooh, that
Yeah,
ball
they
into the
all
mark.
just dropped right off
Darn, you
there.
gotta take a taxi
Like
back
they were
to the
playing some
stadium.
kind of, like,
Green could have knocked the
prevent
wind
style
out of
defense or
that
something?
1st down throw.
That's the one thing.
I don't really know what that was, but it looked like you had more than 4 deep zones there. Right? What is that? Right? Because he's going deep, he's going deep, he's going deep, he's going deep.
Well, maybe it was a prevent, right? Actually, it looks like they were playing, they got 1, 2 short zone guys, and I think they were playing like a 4 deep zone with the curl flats on the outside.
Maybe.
That's what they were doing.
We'll go back to the play on the field.
Drill. Switch it. Come on.
Maybe you're right.
Take that.
But anyways, we'll run the clock as much as we can here, and then we'll hand it to Simpson again.
He hands it off.
I just couldn't get unhooked from my lead blocker there.
Simpson couldn't pick up any blocking on that.
There was a hole there, but I couldn't turn abruptly up into it. I guess, you know, he's a fullback, right?
Get off their blocks very quickly. Makes it tough to find openings when you're running the ball.
Yeah, well, they definitely have shut you down in the second half because you're at 173 yards rushing and you were at almost 150 at halftime. So
Gets the ball off. Oh, stops him at the 48-yard line. 1 yard
Well,
gain
that's
on that
okay.
play. And they need about 9.
Oh, nice. They came out
Home
in
team
a
come out in a dime package.
dime.
Watch the seam. Have it
Black,
block me all
36.
day. Have it block me all day.
Nope.
Looking for a receiver.
Did you see that guy playing robber?
The 40. Hardy is
yeah, I know you were
the
anticipating that dime back
33-yard
going
line.
into the flat,
Hardy has
right?
great touch.
Because they often do when they show you that look.
Well, you can see it right there.
But
It's
he
his
didn't.
accuracy.
You know, I
Puts
also
this
wasn't
guy
expecting
on a whole other level.
them to just, you know, play robber.
Gold, 19.
Green sends a man in motion.
Wow, we had no blocking in the middle there.
Yep.
There was literally no blocking in the middle there.
The offensive line has to get good movement on the snap of the ball for the inside run to work, and it didn't happen on that.
The offensive line, I think movement was the problem there. They moved out of the way for the pass rush, John.
Yeah.
Let's go, let's go.
Well, on paper, this looks good.
This one is handed off. Hennings pulls
Didn't exactly
it
work out.
The 32. Gain of 5 on the play.
He picked up 5 yards.
Well, thankfully, because everybody is, like, disgustingly fast, things worked out okay.
Have to get to the 23 to convert for the first.
Keep in front.
The home team come out in the quarter defense.
Come out in the quarter defense and bring everybody up to the line.
Stay on them.
Oh, boy.
With the pass.
Oh,
He dropped it.
Watch this here. He gets his helmet right under his chin.
That's a shame.
Yep.
Takes him straight to the turf.
Oh, well.
Set.
Yeah, I was going to say, you should try one of those streaks and see if you can throw the ball in front of the defender, right?
I tried.
And I didn't even have a chance to say it out loud before you did it.
The kick is up.
He just coughed it up.
Oh, what is this?
Didn't make it through.
Wow, hits the upright.
It's
He's
first
having a
and
tough day today kicking field goals.
Yeah.
10. Only one man back.
That one wasn't even that bad, and that wind isn't even that strong. And I didn't even aim it over that much, although I did shank it that direction too, so, you know, I guess all these things
Jefferson
add up.
Stops the play in the backfield. He makes his 5th stop of the game on that play.
They're not just going to give up on the run, no matter how ineffective it is.
Second and long. They'll play things tighter on the outside. Williams, the lone back. Throws it, and he drops the pass. No catch. The receiver had it slip out of his hands. As they get ready for this third down play, we'll take a look at how they've done today.
Third down conversions are usually a good barometer of how well your offense is playing. It means that your offense is making big plays when they need them.
He had a shot,
What was
but
that?
couldn't come up with it. And this one will fall.
You can't drop passes like that.
I don't know. Like I said, though, you know how I talk about quarterbacks throwing the ball back across their body when they're running in the opposite direction?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's what he was doing there, too, right? So,
Although that was all hands.
Back to the game.
I don't know. I don't think he was going to get a first down on that, even if he catches it, because there was a defender there lining him up, right?
But he definitely should have caught it.
He probably should have caught it, yeah.
Now here's the punt
But I think it
unit as
would
the
have been
defense
like
forces
fourth
a
down
3
and
and
6 or something like that instead of 4th and 12, right?
Yeah, probably.
Here's the punt.
Because that's basically what that
Andy
defense
waves
is
for the
designed to do,
Bearcats.
is pressure the quarterback and make him throw a short pass, right?
Have we had a passing touchdown this game?
First and 10.
I don't remember.
Set.
Cowboy out.
Black 36. Purple,
Changing the play
36.
now.
The way the run game's been going for you here, you might end up having to pass.
Raise the roof.
He tucks it away. McGuire takes
Doesn't
him
that
down
drive you
at
crazy?
the
You
25.
motion him across and then he just goes right back to where he started.
Yes, but I actually cut back over there because the entire side of the line on that side collapsed.
On running plays. Sometimes they struggle a little.
I don't know, maybe I'll try running to the left for a little while.
They always seem to be a big factor when the game's on the line.
Sarah's theoretically not a bad blocker.
Yeah. No, it's just the broken logic, right? You know, there is certainly no reason why he would go, you know, like veer off to the left like that on a run play to the right. Like, there's no reason why he should do that, right?
Yeah.
Ball on their own 35.
Watch run. No pain, no gain.
These third downs haven't been much of an option.
Oh, going to try and run quickly around the left side before they know what's happening.
Cross play to the left. Receives the handoff.
Worked pretty good.
That works pretty good when you got a speed back there, eh?
Oh, it doesn't even work that bad with Parkman back there.
Yeah, except that he would have gotten somewhat less yards probably on that.
Three with a man in motion.
Yeah.
But if you only need a yard, then I guess he'll get you a yard on that play anyway.
Well, did you see that? I managed to call the audible and motion the receiver at the same time there, somehow.
They'll go with the run once again.
I can't outrun that guy.
Yeah.
That guy is stupidly
About a 1 yard
fast.
loss.
Hmm.
Second and long.
Right? Because White is the fastest player on our team.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, it's really awkward that, like, almost the entire second half, in order to try and do the outside running, you seem to have to run backward a couple of steps to get around a lineman who's in the backfield, right?
Looking for room.
And when you have to do that, well, then that gives that defender an extra couple of steps to catch up, right?
Yeah, that's true. You know, I've been hoping that I can throw the slants to Jefferson or Clark.
They come out in the nickel. Green.
Every time I line up like this, they're just like, no, you're not throwing the slants.
Yeah, we're going to play zone, eh?
Calling an audible now.
Although you could throw that pass against zone defense, too, if they roll those two outside linebackers out to the flats, right?
Simpson.
Or you could just run up that giant hole in the middle there. And
At the 46
I think, oh, what is this? For fuck's sakes.
really?
Like, they're losing the
Okay.
game anyways, man.
Determine exactly where they'll spot the ball.
I don't know. I think
Anyway,
that's a
unless they're
first
seeing
down.
something that we're not seeing,
Because
I don't think
he,
they're gonna overturn this one.
about the only part of him that didn't get over the line is his feet, right?
Well, even his feet.
Like when he went down, both of his knees were over the line.
What?
Do you still? I bet maybe you'll still get a first down on this, though.
And that challenge was a good decision as the call is
Yeah, you still got a
overturned.
first down anyway. It's just that
I guess I'm
they-
1 yard further back.
they moved the ball a half a yard further back than it was, right?
Wow.
2 minutes
So they
to
won the
final
challenge, but it
gun.
wasn't enough to deny you the first down anyway.
Set.
Looks like he's
Well, that
chasing
is not the right play for that situation.
No, you don't want to run straight into that space backer like
Number
that.
47 in motion.
Well, I mean, I could, but
This is a much better idea.
He tucks it away.
yeah, especially when we've got our fullback out there at the wide receiver position.
At the
Yeah,
30.
well, and you even actually got a little bit of blocking from Golston there, too, on that outside linebacker.
So they have first and 10 here.
Yeah, you're just running the clock out now. That's
Set.
pretty much all you're doing. I have to say, their offense was almost completely helpless against me today.
You know, that's been the trend for like the last 4 games.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Knock on wood here. We're working on our 3rd consecutive shutout here. It's been a while since something like that has happened, I think.
Receives the handoff.
Oh,
Drop behind
that's
the line
going to be a
for
huge loss.
Ball on the 34-yard line.
I
And
wish it was 3 yards. It ended up being 4.
Just about down to 1 minute.
Oh, well.
Calling an audible now.
I'd say unless they call a timeout here, you'll be able to run the clock out anyway.
Pittsburgh calls a timeout.
They won't even get the ball back. They won't even bother calling a timeout here, I don't think.
Delta, switch one. Fire side.
If they don't, then this is the last play of the game.
Come on. Cowboy out. Come on now.
Again with the carry.
Ah, nobody blocked that guy.
Records the tackle at the 33-yard line.
That's okay. They didn't call a timeout. I don't think you need to actually run another play. Just
Nope.
let the clock run out.
That's right.
3 straight shutouts. Wow.
You've been amazing.
My defense is awesome. I think I've come up with, and you know what? The amazing thing is, it's based on a defense of a team in an old DOS football game called Playmaker Football.
Yep.
Right, the Vandals. That's where I got the idea to do that. You know, like run the 5-man line with the linebackers clustered in the middle there like that.
Yep.
That's turned out to be a really good innovation, actually.
Jill Arrington, this is Al Michaels saying so long.
The monster is, in fact, the monster. Well, you completed 80% of your passes.
Well, that's a short passing attack, though. It will do good in that regard.
Yeah. Well, you still did you got a respectable amount of passing yards. Right?
And a respectable amount of rushing yards.
And a respectable amount of rushing yards, yeah. You did most of the damage in the first half, but I think in the second half you were playing a little more conservatively and basically just trying to run the clock out, right?
Well, also, though, too, they really cranked down on the run in the second half. Like, they actually really did, and that's where all my passing yardage came from.
Yeah. So, there you go. So, you did throw a touchdown pass with Bo Jenkins today, who went 9 for 9 for 139 yards. And then Lake Green went 8 for 10 for 103 yards. So, Calvin Allen got his 100 yards rushing. And White's average wasn't that bad. Simpson had a solid game. So there you go. And look at Marshall, though. He had the two really big gains, right?
Yeah, that was the... Oh, yeah, that's where the touchdown pass comes from. It was the 2-minute rush.
Yeah. Yeah, you threw it to Easley, right? Easily caught the pass. But Marshall set it up with that 42-yard pass and run, right?
Yep.
Remember, you were in a deep hole. You were from that drive started at our 2-yard line.
Wow.
So you moved the ball 98 yards in about just over a minute.
Awesome. I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah, well, all it took was for you to throw that pass to Marshall and have him just completely run away from everybody, right?
Yeah, I was expecting him to pick up 10 yards, and he picked up about 4 times that.
Yeah, he did. So, well, blocking, well, so there's Jameel Jefferson with 5 tackles and a sack, and Cedric Perry with 5 tackles and a sack. Yeah. Other than that, things were pretty much spread around. Cedric Perry is a good run defender in this defensive system. With the runs for a loss. So we got sacks from Ellis and Scott Pete and Brad Lewis and Jameel Jefferson and Cedric Perry. No interceptions again.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah, well, Carswell had a couple of chances, though, right? Both of those basically hit him right in the hands, and he didn't catch them.
Well, he's not known for his catching.
Well, thing is, though, he can catch well enough that most seasons he gets 2 or 3 interceptions, right? But we're really lagging behind in the interception department this season, which is something that I had not anticipated at all. Yeah, see, look at that. You had a net average of 42.5, and both punts were inside the 20. So remember I said it looks like you netted about 40 yards on that?
Yep.
Yeah, well. And Brian Green is the slow poke quarterback who completed 36% of his passes. How do you hold a quarterback to a 36% completion rate and not get an interception?
I have no idea.
How does that even happen?
Well, a lot of it, too, might have been all the passes he threw into the dirt. And also, too, he had an unreasonable number of drops because some of his receivers were questionable.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a lot. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how. Right? If they did not drop that many passes, he's probably up around 56% or so.
Yeah.
It wasn't him that was the problem. This entire offense is dysfunctional.
Well, looks like the safeties and the linebackers got all the tackles today. 8, 11, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 runs for a loss today, Rec V5X.
I still got over 200 yards rushing.
Really. And you got sacked once.
I guess it's just a matter of determination, right? You know, bad things happen when you go to the air, so you just stay on the ground all the time, no matter what.
Yep. Well, this
right.
is
We don't come out there as a football team. We come out there in a tank crew, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what? This was a pretty lopsided game. Who's the player of the game, do you think? It's probably Bo Jenkins again.
Yeah, it's probably Bo Jenkins.
Or Kelvin Allen. Kelvin Allen. That's who I'm going to say.
You think it's going to be Kelvin Allen? Oh, it is Kelvin Allen. There you go.
Kelvin Allen. Because he scored 3 touchdowns.
Oh, God.
Scored 3 touchdowns in the first half. And then you just decided to give him the rest of the day off.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, I didn't want him getting hurt or something.
It's just like, you know, if you're the lunch pail guy, right, and you have a good week and you work real hard and you get some good results, and then the boss says, hey, why don't you just take the last half of Friday off? Go ahead.
Oh, God.
Although that's never actually happened to me. One time I used to work 60-hour weeks.
Yeah.
And after a particularly eventful week, my boss came up to me and he says to me, yeah, why don't you go home a couple hours early today? Right? And it's like, really? I only have to work 10 hours today?
Fuck.
But anyway, that's the way it went. Anyway, wow, that was a surprisingly low score for how lopsided that game felt like. But, you know, I guess that's what the run game does, is it eats up the clock and basically just controls the ball, right?
Yep.
Anyway, we're 3 consecutive shutouts and we're 8-0 at the midpoint of the season.
Indeed.
So, until next time,
I'm RecV5.
and I am Sandman99.
Have a good one.